Good evening and welcome to what might be called the perfect phone call stage of the latest scandal involving the former president. You recall perfect phone call was the phrase the former president used to describe the call that got him impeached, the call in which he tried to strong-arm the president of Ukraine into helping him smear Joe Biden. He called it a perfect phone call after his supporters and enablers had made a slew of excuses about the call, none of which really held up. So the then president embraced the call and said it was perfect. That is where we've landed tonight. After 2 business weeks of unprecedented revelations since the FBI agents executed a lawful search warrant at Mar-a-Lago and came away with 11 sets of documents the former president was not entitled to have, including 4 sets of highly classified material, the president's one-time attorney, Rudy Giuliani, has now made the perfect phone call excuse.
And now they want to make him responsible for having taken classified documents and preserved them. Really, if you look at the Espionage Act, it's not really about taking the documents. It's about destroying them or hiding them or giving them to the enemy.
Right.
It's not about taking them and putting them in a place that's roughly as safe as they were in the first place.
Taking classified documents, some mark top secret SCI for sensitive compartmented information, and keeping them in a basement of a Florida club that all manner of people frequent is, quote, roughly as safe, unquote, as keeping them in the National Archives or the West Wing, according to Rudy Giuliani. Or in the case of some of the material, a special sensitive compartmented information facility, or SCIF. Contrary to Mr. Giuliani's legal interpretation, the Espionage Act actually does refer specifically to willfully retaining documents and failing to deliver them on demand to the federal employee or officer entitled to receive them. Now, as we said, this perfect phone call excuse has come after an evolution of excuses made by the former president's supporters for having the file stashed at a country club. Here's his youngest son the evening after the search.
My father has worked so collaboratively with them for months. In fact, the lawyer that's been working on this was totally shocked. He goes, I had such an amazing relationship with these people, and all of a sudden, on no notice, they sent 20 cars and 30 agents.
Second youngest son. He's suggesting it came out of nowhere. What we subsequently learned is it may have come from the former president or his legal team acting in bad faith. One of his lawyers, as you know, signed a letter back in June saying no classified material remained at Mar-a-Lago. Investigators subsequently found out this was untrue and sought a search warrant, which required probable cause of a crime to obtain. As for the search itself, the former president and his supporters painted the FBI as jackbooted thugs. Here's Florida Senator Rick Scott.
This should scare the living daylights out of American citizens. The way our federal government has gone, it's like what we thought about the Gestapo and people like that they just go after people.
Rick Scott, a U.S. senator, former governor of Florida, comparing the FBI to the Gestapo. That was August 9th. By the 10th, supposedly responsible lawmakers were suggesting, with nothing to back it up, that the FBI had planted evidence.
Do I know that the boxes of material they took from Mar-a-Lago, that they won't put things in those boxes to entrap him? How do we know that they're going to be honest with us about what's actually in the boxes? How do we know that was in the box before it left the residence?
What's in the box? The former president got in on this one as well, and by week's end, a man was dead after trying to storm the FBI field office in Cincinnati. By that time, though, we had seen the search warrant and the alleged crimes it was predicated on. We also saw the inventory of what was taken. So for a while, the argument was there was no classified documents left at Mar-a-Lago. It became that those 11 sets of classified documents actually weren't really classified at all.
This is from President Trump's office. It just came in a few minutes ago. As we can all relate to, everyone ends up having to bring home their work from time to time. He had a standing order. There's the word I've been looking for. That documents removed from the Oval Office and taken to the residence were deemed to be declassified the moment he removed them.
Where do they find these people? That one failed the laugh test, as well as a subsequent CNN fact check in which 18 former high-ranking officials confirmed the notion was ridiculous. But if one excuse isn't working, there's always another. In this case, what about Obama?
Donald Trump tweeted that President Barack Hussein Obama, this is his tweet, not my words, kept 33 million pages of documents, much of them classified. How many of them pertain to nuclear? Word is lots.
Word is lots. Truth is none. The National Archives almost immediately put out a rebuttal of all of it. So fine, whatever. There was then, of course, another excuse. The former president was just too busy trying to stay in office to keep an eye on the movers. Quoting now from the Wall Street Journal, quote, "If you only start packing with 2 days left to go, you're just running low on time," a former aide said. And if he's the one just throwing things in boxes, who knows what could happen? The president of the United States just throwing things in boxes, or as Rudy Giuliani might put it, taking them to a better place.